Hi, I'm Chef Dale. Welcome to the Blue Flame Kitchen, located in Perth, Western Australia, and our main office here in Jandakot. Today we're going to do our famous pizza dough. What you need is 520 grams of plain flour, 14 grams of yeast, 14 grams of sugar, 14 grams of salt. Next thing you need is 200 mils of full cream milk, and you need some yogurt and some warm water. So the first thing we do at Blue Flame Kitchen, we tell the students to separate their ingredients from wet to dry. First thing that you do. So the first thing I want to do here is add all my dried stuff to my flour, because everything is dry. Give that a good mix, and using the back part of your spoon, not to mess your hands up, evenly distribute that. Make a little hole in the middle, or a well, and all wet stuff can go in there. So it doesn't matter what order in which they go in, as long as they go into the well. So there's our milk, there's our warm water, and our yogurt. So you're probably thinking, oh, why do you want to put yogurt in your dough? What it does is help tenderizes the dough and makes the top part and the bottom part of the pizza dough really, really crispy. So that's a big tip for you. Okay, next thing we need to do is to combine our using the back part of our spoon. Start in the middle, work to the outside, just get it incorporated slightly. Last thing we need to add is our olive oil. So instead of putting it into a tablespoon, what I figured out is I count. I give it 3 seconds worth, 1, 2, 3, and that should be enough olive oil for our dough. And then grinding that until you get to a soft dough. Now some days might be hot, sometimes might be cold. Always have a bit of extra flour and some water on hand just in case you need, just to top it up. So let's get this together. So you basically want to get to this stage right here. Okay, using your scraper, just move all the excess dough from your spoon. Put a tiny bit of flour onto your board, just like that. Spread it out nice and even. And then onto your board. Save your bowl. So what you want to do here is start the kneading process. So the kneading process basically releases all the gluten in the flour to give that nice elastic part. So the part of the hand I'm going to use just my palms. I'm going to push down, flip over, push down, keep pushing like this, keep pushing. Good exercise in the kitchen. So keep pushing. Now at this stage now, your hands will get quite mucky. So what you want to do now, just clap your hands together like this and just remove all that excess flour and dough so you don't waste anything. So push, push. So you got to do this for about 10 to 15 minutes. If someone's in the lounge room or something, watching TV or playing games, come and get them to knead some dough for you. Okay, you can see my board getting slightly sticky. So a little bit more extra flour. Push, push. And now the dough is going to get nice and elastic. So you know the glutens are now being released. Push. So I'm going to push that until you get a nice, soft, smooth texture. You can also do this in a mixer if you have one of those, but I prefer doing it by hand because I can now feel and touch what the dough is doing. It is not too much of a mess. Push through. Okay, we're looking good. Okay, so we're gonna get to, I call it the sausage stage. So we roll out like a sausage and we do like a book fold, like this. And we roll this out here. Do it again, do it about 3 times. Just so the inside of the dough and the outside of the dough are the same. So stretching your dough like this. Again, at this stage now, we don't need any more excess flour because pizza dough, generally, it's wet, but it's not sticky. Keep pushing. So I'm in my flour-free zone. And when we do the Blue Flame Kitchen with our students, they do all this by themselves. They've got to figure out the weight of the flour, the ingredients, what they're doing, and also the kneading part here. So that's looking pretty good. So we do our last book fold. Keep rolling. You can see my dough, it feels wet, but it's not sticky. So that's looking pretty good. We got nice elasticity. Now we got to get this set up for proofing. And what happens there is the yeast and the sugar start to create a bit of carbon dioxide, and that makes it rise up. So you need to put it in a warm place. So give me 2 or 3 seconds of olive oil into your mixing bowl, just like that. Pop your dough on top of there. Give it a good coating. Pop it in like that. Let that rise. It takes about an hour. Every time you see it rise up, just knock it back a little bit. So knock it back maybe 2 or 3 times, and your dough is good to go. You can also freeze the dough for later or if you're going camping. So it's a great dough to make all your breads, and especially our Blue Flame pizza.